We're really good at assuming we understand someone's life from one context, but most people's lives are layered way more than just that. Today, I'm so excited to have Sophia Cinto with me, and we are going to discuss how she is living a life that some people don't even know about. So I'm going to pass it right over to Sophia so she can give you a little introduction.
Hi, everyone. First of all, Annie, thank you so much for having me on. I'm so excited and I really appreciate you reaching out to me. So I'm Sophia. I am also another Connecticut girly, just like Annie. I am a Connecticut-based fashion designer and artist. This is my true passion and what I love, and I hand make everything myself, and I'm just building that slowly. And yeah, that's basically who I am and what I love to do. And I met Annie actually through this incredible networking event with Sports Illustrated. So I just feel honored to be here sharing the stage with her and having a good conversation with her.
I'm so excited that we're able to do this together. It was truly so fun meeting each other. And
Mhm.
I was going through, oh, who would I love to chat with more and share her story? And I immediately thought about you. And here we are. Just a friendly reminder, I'm not a therapist, psychologist, or expert in human behavior. This is a judgment-free assumption checking zone. Take what resonates and leave the rest.
I know. The way we met was a story in itself, really.
Just so everyone kind of has context, we were both in line. We did not come together to the event. And I had overheard her telling someone that she was from Connecticut. And then, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes later, I walked up to her and I was like, hey, I'm from Connecticut too.
And it was history.
There you go. What I learned about you is you work full time while you're building your career in
Mm,
fashion. Let's set the stage because we have some people tuning in where I feel like what you do is so relatable. A lot of
yeah.
people work a 9 to 5 or whatever the hours are,
Mhm.
and then they do truly work on their passion on the side. So if you
Yeah.
could kind of give people just a brief little idea of what your day looks like.
Hmm. Yeah, my thing is you have to start somewhere. So, my day to day really is jam packed, and I'm barely have time to just rest. And everyone that's close to me knows that about me. I go to my 9 to 5. I put all my energy into that, and that's what most people do. It's really rare nowadays to be able to do your passion full time, like right off the bat, like this young. Because I'm 26 for context. And then I I go right home and I work on whatever project I need to do. I work on whatever shipment I need to send out. I work on emails, this, that, or I'm involved in so many things, which I'm so grateful to be a part of, but I am definitely tired. It's not a secret. I'm not like trying to glamorize it because it's true. Like this is not easy. It might seem that way on social media, but it's definitely not easy. And I also used to work, so I work just like a regular 9 to 5 right now. I used to work directly in the fashion industry, and the way I would describe going from a fashion correlated 9 to 5 plus doing what I love on my own time and then like a regular 9 to 5 is that there definitely is more space to breathe because I was giving my all to a fashion job for years and I don't regret it at all. I learned so much and I think people need to understand immersing yourself in the environment in a actual fashion company and learning like that. I would have never done it any other way. I think like you can learn a lot from a 9 to 5, 100%. And use that for your own self down the line. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now while balancing like a regular office job. And yeah, so
I love
that was
that.
maybe a long answer.
No, I love that for you. And honestly, I think the concept of learning can be
Mm,
overlooked sometimes because I think there is a lot of comparison when it comes to social media. People see, oh, well, she's doing this and I have to sit here and do my 9 to 5. But I think everyone needs to realize that one, everyone's lives are different. But
yeah,
if you can have the mindset of, well, what can I learn from this? Then I think that does help to change it a little bit and make it a little bit
yeah.
easier to get through your day to day.
Definitely. You have to look at it like that or you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Hmm.
And I do think it's important to at least do something kind of that interests you. Like, I mean, not kind of, like, you definitely should have a 9 to 5 that interests you somehow. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, no 9 to 5 is perfect, but something you could really learn from. So, yeah, right now, my 9 to 5 is in marketing. So I am actually learning a lot.
That's good.
Yeah.
If you could describe your life like right now in one sentence, just give some words, or if you've thought about this already and you already know what you're gonna say, go for it.
Yeah, this question's hard. I would say I'm physically here, but my mind is in a different reality. Like that's how I operate nowadays. Like, and I'm also just building quietly and choosing myself and learning what that means. That's really been what my life has been recently in this past year. Um, I just feel like if you want something, you know you want something, you're not really living. It's hard to be present and your mind is in that reality and you're gonna get there and you know you're gonna get there. So I just think that the chaos that I go through daily is because and it's hard for me to be present, but it's because I know I something's coming and I'm building that. And I don't know if that made any sense, but
Sense, and it's like absolutely relatable. You're talking to someone who's a professional ballroom dancer, okay? So like that is so relatable because there is so much that I know that I'm going for and like I'm on track for. And I text my friends all the time. I'm like, guys, I feel like I'm so close, but so far, like all at the
Mhm.
same time. So 100% that's relatable what you're saying.
It's just chaos. Like I don't know until you get there, but it's all good chaos.
When did fashion stop being something that you just love and started becoming something that you wanted to actively pursue?
So I've always loved fashion and it's kind of rare because I started loving it and learning how to sew in middle school and I've stuck with that since then. But when it became actually tangible and real, I would say would be the transition from high school to college because I mean I was taking fashion classes in high school and creating then and designing and making things, and that's when I really learned how to make garments. But like the real reality was in college when I went to FIT because that environment fully immersed me with all like-minded creatives, and that was the real deal. Like at the time, FIT was I think the number one fashion school in the world. I was so grateful to be there, and that's when it was like, whoa, this is happening right now.
I love that for you. I feel like that's the one that they always used to reference on Project Runway, right? Because I was a huge fan of Project Runway.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, as sounds crazy, but I didn't really watch much Project Runway.
That's
But I
okay.
do
That was like
love
my
Booth.
jam.
I love
I
Booth
watched.
though. I love going to that fabric store, so
I love that.
the one they
That was
always go
where I
to.
learned about that fabric store, and I was like, oh, I
Yeah,
should go one day. But
yeah.
then I think, and I'm like, what am I gonna make? I don't know what I'm gonna make.
Anything, girl. Put your mind to it. You could do it.
You'll have to teach me.
Yeah, 100%.
What's something about your life that people tend to get wrong about you at first?
So, going back into this picture perfect thing, I would definitely say, social media is always that end result. That's all that's posted on there for the most part, right?
Hmm.
But people don't see what it takes to get there. People might think I'm like this super successful, like happy all the time girl because of what I do. But the truth is, like, the process to get there is lonely. It's you just a lot of sacrifice of your own personal time. Like, I need to make the effort to see friends more because of the fact that I just put so much effort and time. And I don't regret what I do. Like, it's so worth it. But it can definitely get lonely and, it's not picture perfect to get that end result. So I think that's really important for people to understand and see it as a human thing. And I think that goes for mostly everyone that is seen as so successful. Like it takes work no matter what. It takes the time to get there. And yeah,
I love that though.
yeah,
And I think that's very common when it comes to social media and people just kind of assume it's a highlight reel all the time, which sometimes it
Mhm.
is. But at the same time, there's still real moments from your life. It's not
Yeah.
fake moments that you're putting out there. Like these are actually real things that are happening. What does, and we can dive much deeper now. So, what does a normal weekday look like for you?
So I go to work. I wake up, feed my dog, go to work. Um, Usually during my lunch breaks, it's not to take a break. It's to work on my own personal thing, whether it could be a plethora of different things. It could be sending emails, it can be getting posts ready because I do everything, by the way, if anyone doesn't know. I do my social media, I send out email blasts, I make the clothes, I design them, I do the client inquiry. So whatever fits in that box for the day, I'll do on my lunch break. And then I leave work, come home, take care of my dog, that's my daughter, and the same thing. I work on whatever I can, and then my cutoff limit is 12 a.m., which might be crazy because I go to work at 8 a.m. Um, it's not like that every night though. Like I won't push myself to the limit, but when I have to, I have to. So,
Yeah, I hear you. You're
yeah.
good that your cutoff is 12. Mine is usually 2. So
You don't want to deal with me the next day if I'm going to bed at 2 a.m.
I feel like we touched on this a little bit. So you shift into your fashion world for your lunch break, and then you come
Mhm.
home, and that's when you really just kind of go for it with. And I don't think that's completely unheard of. I think anyone who
Yeah.
runs their own business totally understands the concept of, you wear
Hmm.
so many different hats,
Hmm.
and you're really just taking care of everything on your own. So when you shift into your fashion world, are you cutting yourself off from everything else that's going on other than your little baby dog? Like what's
Yeah.
going on?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Do not disturb mode. Because I need to be focused. That's my thing. I get so easily distracted, so I have to lock in and focus. And that's the only way I can work. I have to be laser focused on something to pursue it.
I hear you, especially when it's something that you care about so much. You really just want to kind of pour your heart and soul into it.
Yes, definitely.
Have you ever had moments where you feel like you can't keep balancing both things?
Definitely. All the time. It's hard. I do think though that it is important to have something to go home to every day to whether at whatever capacity to work on that you love, something that you love, no matter what. It doesn't have to be a business. Like I think it's really important to balance that. And some people feel that way about their full-time job. I mean, everyone's different, but I always encourage people to go home and do something that just makes them happy, like a little hobby, something. You need to break it up. And it's wait, that's not the question though. But
That's okay. That's okay. You can totally go off into this. That's what we do.
yeah,
We
because I
just
was
chat.
gonna say
So
it's
all
not the
good. Keep
question.
going. You're good.
But yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
I totally get that. And it's very similar sometimes in the ballroom world because,
Mhm.
you go and we teach, but then outside of teaching, some of us compete professionally. Some of us still
Mhm.
have like other aspects. Like I work for my dress sponsor and I dress ladies in amazing dresses. So
Mhm.
there are truly so many different aspects to being a professional ballroom dancer. So I find your story completely relatable and there are so many days where I think, like, why am I balancing all of this? But at the end of the day, it's because I love a little bit of all the different directions. So
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it just is worth to have a packed day. Like, I don't know, it's fulfilling.
I find myself when I don't have a packed day, I don't know what to do with myself.
Exactly. And that's so bad
Right?
because I 100% relate to that.
That's like my worst nightmare. And
Yeah.
other people are like, yes, a day off. And I'm like, I
I
can't. I
There's
don't know.
gotta be something to do. Like there's the to-do list is never ending, so
Unless you like put me on a beach somewhere. I suppose then I could just
that's
lay there
true.
for a little bit. But then
Ex
I'll still probably be like, oh, I should take some pictures. This would be so much fun.
Oh yeah, I fully relate. There's never a moment to just like nothing.
Mhm.
That's so funny.
So, on She's Probably Talking to Other Guys, a main concept is about assumptions that people make.
Mhm.
So, we're going to go through a few assumptions,
Mm,
and you're going to tell us what your thoughts are about these assumptions because I have a feeling that they're probably not all accurate. So,
yeah.
when it comes to the topic of working your 9 to 5 and managing your business and fashion, so an assumption is she must have so much free time. What do you have to say about
That's funny. That's really funny. I don't even know how people could assume that, but it's not. There's none. There is no free time. I can't even stress that enough.
that? Yeah.
I
When's the
mean,
last time you like really got to be able to go and just hang out with your friends because you had free time?
I don't even, I mean, like I'll see friends here and there, of course.
Hmm.
Like I don't neglect them like that. I text them all the time.
Yeah.
It's not like they're cut off.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that's bad. I might be like a month or two ago. But I catch up with them, like I FaceTime them and stuff. But here's the thing, the problem is my best friends don't live around the corner. My best
Hmm.
friends are all scattered now. Like one of my best friends in Brooklyn, one of them is up in Hartford. Like we're not close. Like
Hmm.
as we like are adults, we don't live close anymore. So that's the other problem. But I need to I think I'm like getting to a point where like, oh my God, I need to let loose a little bit.
I hear you.
So yeah, it's definitely it's there's no free time.
An assumption about, I guess we'll call it side hustles for a moment.
Hmm.
So if it's not full time, it's not serious.
You got, like I said before, you have to start somewhere, right? It's impossible to just, I mean, for some people might get lucky and quit their full-time job and just do what they love, but there's so much that goes into it, and you have to start somewhere. You have to build it up to get to that point. You can't just drop everything. Like there's reality, like there's responsibilities in life. You need money, you need this, you need that, you need benefits. You can't just do that. Well, maybe you can, but I'm not going to take that risk yet.
Totally understandable. So this one you're totally free to go a little bit deep into this one.
Okay.
So she must be super confident in both worlds.
Well, I do like to say that I enter things confidently because I feel like if you don't, it's not going to end well. And I know what's meant for me. I feel it so strongly and I always have felt it so strongly, but that doesn't also mean that I don't experience severe imposter syndrome because I do. It comes in waves. There'll be days I'm like, wow, I really am so cool, right? We all go through these waves ourselves, I feel like. And then there'll be days where it's like, oh, it's a slow day, blah blah blah, and it's not feeling like that intense energy at the moment, and you'll question yourself. And I go through those emotions all the time. Like I feel like everyone does. We don't talk about it as much though. I feel like the imposter syndrome really sets in when things are slow, like when you're in that working quietly period that leads up to that big moment. Because I need people to understand, and I'm saying this for myself too, that those quiet moments are essential to get to that place you want to be. You get what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
you have to build quietly. Like you don't have to be so flashy all the time. Like those moments in silence when you're with yourself, working by yourself, it might feel lonely. You can't overthink it. You have to, it's important. It builds up to that moment. So you can't get in your head, as easier said than done, but it's those are the moments we get in our head, but we need to understand that it's essential to lead us to where we need to be.
I totally get that. And
Hmm.
I've been mentally preparing because I'm about to go into like 2 weeks of quiet time.
Uh-huh.
I'm still teaching, but I have a little break from traveling to competitions for the
Hmm.
moment.
Hmm.
Uh, and I just got back from one, so I'm like coming down from the high, I guess we
Yeah.
could say. So in the midst of
Yeah.
some teaching, like I already know that for my certain days, I need to schedule it out or else I will sit there and I will start to overthink everything you
Right.
just said. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's 100% accurate about those quiet moments for sure.
And that feels not good that you're going through that, but I it's nice to know people can relate to that because it can feel lonely, like, oh, I'm the only one that thinks like this. No, everyone's going through it. And we need to and having these conversations is important to remind other creatives, business owners, you name it, talents, that it's normal to feel this way and you're not alone.
Yeah, 100%. It's so important. Do
Yeah.
you feel like you experience a different version of imposter syndrome when it comes to maybe having these thoughts about your marketing role versus your creative role? Do you feel like the thoughts are different or they come to you differently?
Definitely. I think it's 100% more intense for myself and my fashion world than it is at work. I'm pretty confident at work. I know what I can bring to the table and I don't really struggle with that mentally, but it's the my own world and my own business. That's where I can struggle with imposter syndrome so much because I think it's only me and I don't have someone else. I don't have a boss saying, "Oh, you're doing good today," like I'm the only one that can tell myself that. So, yeah.
I hear you. And I'm sure social media doesn't help either because
No.
to just make the thought spirals and the wonder of everything just a little bit more intense as well.
Yes, definitely. And I'm trying to detach myself. That's the other thing, right? Trying to detach myself from social media, but also knowing I have to post on there to promote myself. It's really hard to balance that because I will spiral down like a feed and just keep going and like I just can't stop and it's not healthy for us and that's like the direction we're going.
It's
And
true.
we need to learn how to control it. I don't know what the answer is, but I'm working on it.
Well, when you figure it out, we'll be chatting again for sure because I think that this is definitely something that a lot of people go through. And especially, I
Yeah.
think numbers mess with people's heads so much and it makes
Hmm.
you question, well, why did this happen? And why
Yeah.
did this happen for them and not for me? Or even just in your own content, people always say, oh, I spent so much time filming this one and it
I
completely
know.
flopped.
It's always the ones that you work the hardest on.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
algorithms are constantly changing.
all
It's
the
ex
time.
it's exhausting. So you have to I'm trying to learn to differentiate and detach myself from that because of the fact that it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the platform. And you got to understand that. And it's really hard to understand that, but sometimes you have to separate it mentally.
Yeah. And I think something too, I don't know, people might think I'm crazy for admitting this out loud. So every now and then I just like, I have, I don't know, like four different AI apps on my phone. But
Hmm.
Gemini has become my favorite. This is not an ad, by the way. Um, I literally said to it the other day, and I can't remember exactly how I worded it, but it was something about, trying to figure out, like, well, why did this do so well, but why did this one not?
Hmm. Hmm.
And it came back, and the first thing that it said was, why are you getting stressed out about an algorithm that makes people have to pay money to have their post go somewhere? And I was like, oh my gosh, you are so right. Thank you.
Wow. We don't need therapists anymore.
Right?
Just kidding. I'm kidding. Um, but no, we do need therapists, but no, that is really, I love that it like, snap out of it. That's like what it's led with,
Yeah, and I
and
was
that's
honestly
important.
shocked that that's what it led with, was basically telling me to knock it off because people are paying for their posts to go somewhere. I mean, not everyone, obviously. I'm not discrediting
Yeah.
anyone for their hard
Yeah.
work that they've put in, but it is true, algorithms are changing. And I even notice it on like Poshmark, for example. Like they want you to
Mhm.
pay now to promote your listings,
They want everyone to
right?
pay
So
everywhere.
when it said that, I was like, you know what, that is true. They are like, I've seen so many more ads on my feed, and people really are, the algorithms are just trying to function and make money too, because at the end of the day, that's a business.
Yeah. It's hard to not take things personally, but we can't in this day and age. It's not the same as it once was. That's just a fact.
It's
That's
true.
a fact. Yeah.
We should have a day where we can go back to like the OG Instagram.
Oh my God. Would do anything. It's too much stimulation too.
Hmm.
It's too much in your face. It's like all stuff people I don't even follow. Like, why do we follow people if we're not going to see who we follow anymore?
It's true. Every time, because I look and I'm like, I don't recognize this person. Who
No,
is
it
this?
doesn't show me. I'll be going through my following and I'm like, oh, I don't even see their posts, and like it won't show you who you follow. And it's like, if I'm being straight up and honest on the topic of this, I barely look at stories. I don't really go on there. I just do it when I post because I know I will get so distracted and go into a spiral. So that's the genuine and honest truth is I'm really barely on there unless I'm posting.
Hmm.
And it's just so hard to keep up because I get so distracted and it's not worth it.
I hear you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Next assumption.
Hmm.
I think this is probably just from maybe some haters who weren't able to go far enough with their side hustle. She's going to eventually have to pick one.
It's just not true, and that's what a huge percentage of the world is doing. And if you think it's not normal, you gotta wake up because it's very, very normal.
I think that being able to handle, I guess is the word we can use,
Hmm.
a full-time job because that helps you to be able to provide what you need for
Hmm.
your dream or what you're working on. I think that that makes a huge difference.
Hmm.
One thing helps another. And if
Yep.
that's what you need to do right now, until eventually you can just use one. And that point, I don't feel like it would be you picking one. I feel like
Hmm.
it would be you just going along with what your goal was the whole time. So I don't
Yeah.
really think you'd be in a situation where you are picking. I think you'd end
Yeah.
up growing into what your dream was.
Hmm. Definitely. You're going
Yeah.
to fall into alignment for whatever's meant for you eventually.
Ugh, I always love all of those quotes, like
Yeah.
what's meant to be will be and all of that. And that's honestly like I almost missed my connecting flight. That was like a whole story in itself the other day. And I was like, you know what? If I'm not meant to be on that flight, it will leave without me.
You have to think of it like that. You have to.
It's
I 100% agree with that. It's so funny.
all right. We're done with assumptions for now.
Okay.
Do you feel like the hardest part of balancing both? If we get kind of picky about a specific part of it.
Time is the main thing. It's so hard to, because you're devoting your whole day to a full-time job. And that's like where 100% of my battery is usually that time frame. So I'm using my battery for that. And coming home is like, I only have so much battery left until I crash. And it's very little amount of time. And I'm trying so hard to learn how to time block. I don't know if you've ever tried that. You gotta work with what you got.
And so something that I think is unique about, I don't know, maybe for other teachers as well, they feel this, but for us, usually our life is in 45-minute segments. So
Mhm.
when we're teaching, it's typically 45-minute lessons. If we're competing, it's like a max of a minute and 30 seconds. So I have like this weird sense of timing where I always know when 45 minutes has passed
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
because it's just my internal clock. I mean, I guess when you have done this for
Yeah.
over a decade, it makes sense. But so my life kind of goes in 45-minute blocks. So I find that I tend to do that for myself as well as I think, okay, well, what can I focus on for 45 minutes at a time?
Hmm.
Because then
Hmm.
I'm like, if I'm done early, cool, I can move on to something else. If it takes me a little bit longer, I'll give myself another 45 minutes. If that makes
Yeah.
sense? Is that what you mean by the
Yeah.
block?
Yes. Like you devote yourself to one task only in a certain time block.
Hmm.
So for you 45 minutes is a good time block. Um, but yeah, I mean, you gotta utilize your time the best you can. It's hard, but that's the main factor there.
When it comes to fashion, And I guess that maybe this can kind of tie into imposter syndrome just a little bit.
Mhm.
Do you ever feel like you're just not fully seen in that space?
Definitely. I think, you have your ups and downs, you have your high moments and your low moments. And like I said, those moments where it's quiet, you question yourself, you're like, is this real? Does it like, obviously, I believe in myself and I know I have a talent, but it's those quiet moments you will just, it's your own head. And I am seen. I know I'm seen, and I need to remember that. I need to write it down. You too. Like, if you ever have these moments, I think what's most effective is writing down those moments so you can go back and read them whenever you need to as a reminder. Because I know that you can relate to this. There are moments where you have had these, it's a major success for you, or it's a major just thing you'll never forget. You need to have that readily available to remind you that you are that girl. Okay. And yeah, I think so definitely I have those moments.
I love that piece of advice. That's
Hmm.
fantastic.
Yeah,
And
it's so
people
important.
need to hear that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
What keeps you going when you just feel overwhelmed or like everything is too much all at once?
I'm overwhelmed a lot and I just think but I never give up though. Even if I'm overwhelmed, I never give up. And I think the fact that that's true is what keeps me going. Like I know that what I'm doing is worth it. No matter what, no matter I will never give up. So I think that in itself is just saying that it's worth it and I'm gonna keep going. And I don't know. I don't think I'll ever give up on my dream. So it's not gonna stop me no matter what.
I love that though, and that's so important. And again, I just feel like one of the reasons we connected so much is because we do have actually so much in common.
Yeah.
And that is definitely something that I would agree with, and myself
Yeah.
too, is there are some days where I'm like thinking, okay, well, why am I doing this? And then immediately I'm like, oh, we already know the answer to that.
Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
have to keep going. And
Hmm.
it's kind of just a cycle, and it's very relatable. What advice would you give for people who maybe don't feel like they should keep going, or if they're questioning on if they should keep pursuing their dream?
Yeah. So I think that if the idea is there and it's lingering there no matter what throughout your life, it's meant for you, right? So I think if you have this urge to like really quit, like really and truly quit, then maybe it isn't meant for you, right? But if you have this ongoing thought like, oh my gosh, I love this, I love doing this, blah blah blah, like it's consistent in your brain, like you know you love it, even if it's hard, your body physically doesn't let you give up, right? So I think if you have that speaking in your head all the time, you have that little voice, you know you gotta have to keep going. Like it was I know this quote, I know you know this quote, but it was planted in your head for a reason, right? So if that plant is, if it's that seed is planted, keep, you know, to keep going and just and do just that. Don't do yourself a disservice. You need to keep going.
If we call it the seed that was planted in your head. Obviously, it's in the fashion world. Is there something like very specific that you want to accomplish that you want to share with everyone? Or is it more just kind of in general, fashion, your own fashion line?
I really and truly want to be able to dress some of my favorite celebrities and stuff like that. That's a huge goal of mine. I want to be, so yeah, going back to my main goal with my brand and what I'm leading to, I love that I keep it unique in the fact that I make everything myself. I don't send out to factories, I don't manufacture anything. So my goal is to make the experience as special as possible for whoever I'm working with. So even if it's not a celebrity, like, I mean, obviously, end goal, I want it on a red carpet. That would be freaking awesome and so cool. Um, but I just want to have these moments with people and create these special one of a kind pieces for them. over and over again. And that's my goal. And same, I mean, I have not just fashion, like I do art as well, and I do like in all aspects like that. It is at the same, it all has the same theme where it's handmade, personalized. I just want to keep doing that over and over again. And but yeah, red carpet is definitely a huge one for me.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that for you. And the day that I see that you post about it or you tell me, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be,
Yay.
yes.
Speaking it into existence.
I know my seed is always Dancing with the Stars, so that's the one
Oh
that's
yeah.
always in my mind.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can see that. Oh my
I
gosh.
want to be a pro on Dancing with the Stars, so
Oh my
that's
gosh.
always like the one that I can't get out of my mind. So,
Then it's going to happen. I always tell people it's going to happen if it's not leaving your mind, it's going to happen. I can't stress that enough.
mhm.
Like I can't.
Please keep stressing it because I love it.
So like I swear.
Yeah.
Saying
Everybody needs to hear it at some point. I think that sometimes other people have made it to these places, you
yeah,
know, and you might maybe feel like you're crazy for having these dreams or having
yeah,
these thoughts, but I know everyone has their own different path, but it is kind of like, other people have done it. So you can do it
yeah.
too. Your path is going to be different, but that doesn't mean it's a
Yes.
no.
Yeah, no one's superhuman. We're all human. We're all like you could say delusional, but everyone has to start somewhere, right? We're not like different. We're all human beings and we all need to get to the same place. Yeah, in different ways, but we all have to go through a process to get there. So I don't think you're delusional. I think you're just being consistent with it. And in my opinion, if that seed is planted in your head, it's going to happen. So I'm like getting like really passionate about this right now, but I really believe that.
I love that though. And it's so important that you share that message because I think that there are so many people who have these ideas, but then maybe immediately think, oh, but I'm not going to be able to do that. And it's just really a shift in mindset. And yes,
Yeah.
it's absolutely something that I think people have to learn to really be able to have a shift in their
Mhm.
mindset about something like this.
Common misconception is you do have to put the work in. Like, yeah, we can do these manifestation journals, we can do this, right? But you do have to work hard too. It's a mixture of both. So let's work on planting both seeds in that term. Or does that make sense at all?
Yeah, I
Let's
know you're
work
talking
on
about.
doing both.
Yeah, because it's one thing to just keep verbally saying it, and then it's a
Hmm.
whole other thing to
To do
like
it.
start putting some work in. Even if it's something as simple as, putting a post out about it, you never know who's going to see your post. And
Yeah.
like that can also be included in putting the work in. I mean, that's why businesses
Yeah.
and people share their dreams on social media because I
Yeah.
truly believe that's part of putting the work in. Because you can sit there and think about it all you want, but if you don't
Mhm.
try to show up for it in even little tiny ways, how's anyone going to know that's what you want?
Yes. And I love what you said just now because another thing that also keeps me going when I have a negative mindset with social media is, yeah, the algorithm is this and that, but it takes one person. Remember that. It takes one person to see your post, and that could be the right person. So we have to stop with the numbers because
Mhm.
that's so true.
Yep, absolutely.
Hmm.
What would you say, and this is going to get like very niche for fashion. What
Okay.
would you say to people who assume the fashion industry is too difficult to break into?
Well, you can say that about anything, and if you keep that mindset, you're not going to go anywhere with it because you're going to keep pounding it in your brain that it's not possible. So you need to start at the beginning and say, if you really believe in yourself and you really want this, you have to keep at it no matter what. I just saw a post the other day that's so true. Like, no industry is truly oversaturated. There's room for everyone. And if you want to convince yourself of one thing, it's going to be that way for you. So you need to convince yourself the opposite, and it will happen.
That's a great post. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
I remember that.
And then maybe some advice for people who are trying to build something quietly.
Keep going. It's going to be lonely. It's going to be because I've been trying to be private about things I work on. Like, I feel like I love that idea of building something quietly and just letting it simmer in the dark until it's time to bring it to the world. Like I said, it might feel lonely, but these steps are so important. And I have a story, actually, a very quick story to remind that person to keep going because in the winter months, the dark winter months, I wasn't like going out much. I was just on my computer, like working, right? And I had to rebuild my whole website, and it was such a long process. Built my shop, built everything from the ground up, and redesigned everything, took photos, blah, blah, blah. It was so much hard work just sitting at home on my computer at any moment I had, right? But right after those moments, right after that was all over, I got a phone call for a magazine cover opportunity. Like I knew someone was watching me do that work in the dark because the way that that happened, the timing of that was so perfect. So I just need everyone to know that the work you're doing quietly is worth it. No matter how lonely it feels, no matter how much you're questioning yourself when you're sitting by yourself, these little seeds you're planting, that's like my favorite thing to say this whole podcast.
We're planting a lot of things today, guys.
We're planting a lot. We're making a garden right now, okay? Those little seeds you're planting are worth it. So don't stop. Do not stop.
This
So
is
yeah.
absolutely amazing advice, and I cannot wait for everyone to tune into this episode. So, something that I like to do so everyone can get to know you a little bit more is we do a little rapid fire round. These are all like quick answers, whatever
Yeah.
you think of, no rights or wrongs. And
Okay.
we're going to move into it. So, you ready?
Okay, I think so.
All right. Are you more of a chaotic or structured person?
Oh, I'm the perfect blend.
I love.
I I'm the perfect blend because I am very structured. Like anyone knows I'm so structured. Perfection is crazy. But I do also work really well under pressure. So those last minutes are chaos. So I am the perfect blend of both, I have to say.
We love that. Morning or a night person?
I do love a good morning. I'm trying to get up earlier. Like had a nice morning this morning. And I think I'm definitely a morning person because I am not the type to like want to be out late. Like I like to go to bed at 10. Like I'm really not a night owl, really. I don't think.
One word for your current life.
Ooh, oh, this is hard. Okay. Consistency.
We love that. Love a consistent queen. What's your most used emoji at the moment?
Um, it's gotta be, that new emoji with like the eyes.
Oh my gosh, do I need to update my
The eyes
phone? I don't know if I know this new
Yeah,
emoji.
there's an emoji. I gotta send it to you.
Okay, send it to me and then I'll know.
So funny. That's just how I feel all the time.
What's a habit that you try to pretend that you don't have?
I think I definitely try to pretend that I'm not like chaotic and last minute sometimes. That I just pretend that like all the outcomes are, perfectly planned, but really I was up till 2 a.m. last night and you don't know that. I was working on that like that. No one needs to know.
Okay. What is your I need a break activity?
Um, riding my bike on a trail or something, walking my little Pomeranian, spending a lot of time with her. That's definitely my I need a break activity. Or going to a coffee shop. I love going to a coffee shop.
Love a cute coffee shop.
hmm
What reality show would you be on?
Um, Next in fashion. I
Ooh,
mean,
okay.
it scares me, but the time constraints and everything. But I don't know. I want to push myself.
I love that. You should start timing yourself now.
I know. Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Something you are secretly competitive about.
Um, I mean, I think I'm definitely. I mean, it's not a secret, but
That's
I mean, this is I'm just feel like I'm being repetitive, but I am pretty competitive about my success in
That's
anything I do, really. I don't know. I just like to be on top with that stuff. That might sound a little bit toxic. I don't know.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm very competitive with myself as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with that at
Okay.
all.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, I think you have to feel that way
Yeah.
because that's you're gonna show up as your best version of yourself.
And you just keep learning by
Yeah.
trying to outdo yourself. I think it's better to constantly be outdoing yourself than
Yeah.
to personally think about other people and try to constantly
So
outdo them,
true.
you
So
know?
true. That's the healthy way to do it.
What's a song you've overplayed this week?
Hate That I Made You Love Me by Ariana Grande. Love
Oh,
her.
I love that.
Yeah, it's so good.
Something people would never guess about your personality.
I mean, I like to goof around a lot. If you don't know me, like personally, I love to goof around like too much. Like I don't know, I feel like you don't see that about me right away. I might seem like polished, whatever. I mean, you don't have to be polished to be funny, but um I love to goof around.
Love that. And last one, what's one thing you're trying to get better at right now?
Ooh, that's so good. I'm trying to get better at time management, I think.
Okay.
Like I said, with the whole full-time job, this and that limited time, they always say there's always time for something that you really want, and I think that's true. Um, I really want to be on a strict schedule and stick to that for a week and see how I like it and see if there's any improvements, but I want to do this for myself.
All right. Well, I hope that that works out for you because if that's something that you want, then I really hope it helps you to organize and
Hmm.
follow your dreams.
Yeah, thank you.
For our final question, what do you wish people would understand about building your dream life while you're still living, if we say, like, quote, your normal life?
It's okay to be Hannah Montana and live a double life. It's not bad. Like, I do consider myself a Hannah Montana. I think it's actually really cool to have a duality in life like that. I think, I'll spend my weekend at Fashion Week and then go back to work the next day. And I think it's just like a cool story to tell. I don't know. I think like breaking it up like that, it makes it fun. It doesn't make it all so serious all the time. And I think to understand like it's okay to do that. Like you don't have to be like this one persona 24/7.
I love that so much. And I
Mhm.
truly hope that everyone enjoyed listening to our conversation today. I know that I have had so much fun talking with you, and
Yeah, me
I've
too.
learned even more about you, and you have definitely shared some amazing insights that I will be taking away from our little chat as well.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you for having me on.
Of
I'm so
course.
happy.
Yeah, of course. So thank you so much for everyone tuning in. I will have Sophia's social media handles in the Spotify description. She will also be tagged in Instagram posts, so you will be able to find her. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode, and we'll chat again soon.